There are some game series that have changed my perception of gaming, and especially in later life. Now, I've been playing the insane amount of remakes we are getting as of late. There is one series I have enjoyed for the longest time. I was going to say, I remember the first time I played a Duke Nukem game, and that was 0 Hour, and I was in hospital awaiting my first transplant. Then, after watching a G-Man Lives video, I realised that wasn't the first time I played Duke Nukem. The first time was the 2D platformer at a friend's house when he got a PC. It was probably an Amiga. I don't know if there's a difference between a PC and Amiga, but it looked like a PC to me back then, and I'm going to still count it as today. Now, I can't remember much about the game in general, except that shooting Coke cans was really funny as they flew up in the air. Anyway, it wasn't until Duke Nukem 0 was when I played a Duke Nukem game. And I mean, I really played it, not just played it with a friend, you know what I mean. I remember getting it and feeling like I had a proper adult game in my hands. I played Durock by then, and of course Doom, both on the N64 as well. Duke Nukem 0 felt like a real adult game. It could have been the bad language or the adult XXX strip bars. There was something about it. 0 felt different to Doom, Turok, and every other mature rated game. Still to this day, I cannot put on my finger what makes Doom stand out from the crowd like this. So Duke Nukem 3D, the Duke's first step into first-person shooter realm, and also 3D shooters in general. It had the World Tour Anniversary Edition released a couple of years ago. That is the version for the PC I'm playing today. For clarity as well, I have played it on the Switch and the Xbox One. Side note here, I was playing Duke Dark Forces to realise we are spoilt when it comes to playing first-person games on PC. With mouse and keyboard layouts as they are now, compared to then, it is so much better, and I am glad World Tour Edition of Duke Nukem updated the controls for this. Using ASWD keys with the mouse, it makes it easier to navigate around the game world. The mouse making blasting enemies easy and fun. I still prefer the controller though, but Duke Nukem makes using the mouse and keyboard so simple. Though the mouse wheel has an issue, as you have to select the weapon, as in when you go, it doesn't just bring it up the next weapon. It is an inconvenience, and using the number keys takes it away. The controls can be too smooth at times as well, and it feels like you're floating rather than running. I find this with many 90s games anyway, and especially with their remakes. The world of Duke Nukem is pretty big, with many areas to explore. The levels are diverse, from New York to the moon and everything else in between, with secret areas where you can find extra health or better weapons earlier. Like Shadow Warrior and Blood, the game is episodic and allows you to start on the episode you wish. Out of the three, those being Duke Nukem, Blood and Shadow Warrior, Duke Nukem is the easiest. That doesn't make it easier, unlike the Duke himself. Just out of those games, due to be easier to play, makes it more approachable to gamers looking for old school retro fun. Though some might say Duke's mannerisms are out of date, I think it is just harmless fun. He quips movie lines and saves a day. It is really the most basic of gameplay. The graphics are pixel and updated to look good on modern monitors. They do their job. What more is there to say? I have seen better pixel art in retro first-person shooters, but I have seen a lot worse too. It is what it is. I mean, I can't really say much. So finally, the story. Earth is invaded by aliens and are enslaving the women, or something. I mean, I don't really pay attention to the story much, to be honest with you. And again, like most first-person shooters for the 90s, it is less a plot and more of a reason to do what Duke is doing. It is fun, it is exciting, it is blast and heavy gunplay. It's exactly the sort of game that you expect Duke Nukem to be. There's not much of a plot, there's not much of story, there's just you shooting aliens, and it makes it fun. You run around collecting keycards. It is exactly what a 90s game was. It is nothing more, nothing less, but it does it so much better, and it has a feeling of indifference to the genre. It's not just the way it is, but it doesn't care that it is the way it is. It's absolutely fun to play, and it's worth playing any time. And honestly, just doesn't matter how you get hold of this. This is one of my favourite games I've ever played. Let's just talk about Duke Nukem 3D's versions. I have played the original 3D version I have played the World Tour Edition. I've played it on the Xbox One, as I said, and the Switch as well. I've also played Land of the Babes. Hold on, I've also played it on the PlayStation, original PlayStation, and I've also played it on the N64, which, replaced some weapons, and I found them all incredibly fun to play. I mean, yeah, there was a lot of censorship in the N64 version, but that is just that. That was Nintendo at the time. You kind of had to be in their pocket to do the fun stuff, like Rare was. That's why Rare got away with Conker's Bad Fur Day. And as we're talking about the other games now in the series, yeah, I have played most of them as well, and completed most of them too. I played Duke Nukem 0. I enjoyed that so much. I liked the posters and the bits and the ribs, poking the ribs of certain games. Like you had the GoldenEye posters and the Turok posters all changed just to make it look more fun and more inclined with Duke Nukem Universe. Then there was Land of the Babes. It's not a great game, but it was enjoyable all the same. I mean, there was issues with it, and there was also Time to Kill. Now, Time to Kill I thought was alright, but I played mostly that on multiplayer with friends, and that was it. Now, there are the 2D platformers. I've played both of them. I know I've finished both of them, just for clarity. And there was also the Manhattan Mayhem. There was the other 2D shooter I never played. I believe it was like a free game or something, and I've not seen it anywhere, but it looks interesting and looks like it'll be fun to play. Anyway, thank you very much for watching, and this is a weekly thing now. There'll be a new retro game up review every week. Next week is hopefully going to be Dark Forces, if I don't scream at my computer as much, and then we're going to do some other stuff, more themed stuff afterwards. Anyway, thank you very much for watching. I hope you enjoyed this video. You have a great day, and I'll see you all again soon. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe for updates, etc, etc, etc. Links to Element Games, t-shirts, comics, and Forbidden Planet down below, as well as Patreon. And as always, I'd rather you use the other links first before Patreon, so you can get something out of it, especially Element Games if you like Warhammer, and Forbidden Planet if you like comics. I do get commission from those for you buying them, so you are helping the channel. Thank you very much, and those who have bought them, thank you very much as well. You're all grateful, all of you, and I love you all. See you all very soon. There's gonna be 30 seconds left after the video too. Bye bye.